12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
The National Emergency Management Agency's NEMA flagship program From Danger to Safety is back this hurricane season. Tune in every other Tuesday from 1 to 1:30 in the afternoon on ZIZ. Join us live as NEMA partners and subcommittee reps discuss their roles before, during, and after disasters. Get essential disaster preparedness tips, and for the first time, interact live by calling in with your questions and comments. Tune in every other Tuesday to From Danger to Safety, live on ZIZ Radio, Facebook, and YouTube, with a rebroadcast on ZIZ Television at 8 o'clock in the evening. Don't miss it.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Watch the creep up. something new, something fresh, something exciting. Jump Off Show on ZIZ Radio with the man Chico. Yo. Every Monday to Thursday, Chico will be in the house with the 3 to 6 minutes. So tell your neighbors, tell your friends about this exciting show on ZIZ Radio, the Jump Off Show, every Monday to Thursday, 3 to 6. Don't miss it. While the others give you some, we give you more. Right here on ZIZ Radio. Watch the creep.
Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis, and welcome to The Edge for Friday, September 20th, 2024. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me in the program for today. It's a beautiful Friday, and thank God that I am here to interact with you, the listeners of ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. This program is also being carried live on our social media platforms, so you can check us out on our YouTube channel at ZIZ Online and via Facebook at ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. When we open the phone lines later, you may call us at 465-2555, 718-577-2916, or 662-8674. That is 662-8674. Those are the numbers you call to participate in the conversation for today. I also want to greet those of you who are tuned in from other parts of the world. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I believe I have listeners from France. We have people listening from Texas, from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for joining me on the program for today. We are still in celebration of our 41st anniversary of independence. Yesterday there was a ceremonial parade at Warner Park, and a similar one on the island of Nevis at the El Comido Tinito Willett Park. And that ceremonial parade, of course, is by tradition. We have this every year, except when we had COVID-19. But it is by tradition. We have it every year. And people come out in their numbers to participate, to witness this parade take place. I think this year was, just like other years, extra special. The armed forces, in my opinion, they were really good in terms of their march, and I really love when the students came out with the huge national flag and they tilted it forward so that the people in the stands could see. But all in all, it was a great experience yesterday at the Warner Park, after which they came to the camp to mix and mingle. And I think there was a toast by the Governor General, Dame Marcella. But it was a really great experience to see people come out in their numbers to celebrate and to show their patriotism for St. Kitts and Nevis as we celebrate 41 years of independence under the theme, Together a People Proud and Strong, Independence 41. Today is Black Day. GQ got the message. He remembered the memo, so he got on the black, but I have on white. But I'm a black person, so I'm a black man, so black in spirit, you know. And I believe next Friday is red. Yes. And then we wrap it up with the Colors Day initiative. We started with green and we are ending with red. Now, also happening this week, the National Assembly met and passed a number of bills. I was able to sit in the early parts of I actually went to National Assembly and I was able to sit in and hear for myself for the first where the Prime Minister updated the nation on things that have been happening in his ministries with regards to the Ministry of Health, Finance, the CBA program, and some of the things that they have done since for the year and since taking office. Then the Education Minister, Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, updated on things happening in the Ministry of Education. He mentioned the one-to-one laptop program that they will be offering specialized training for children who have been diagnosed with autism. Teachers have been trained, I believe he mentioned, in the area of TVET, technical and vocational education and training. And they are working to get our classrooms up to the time, calling them smart classrooms in terms of outfitting them with a stable internet supply or connection, so that they could communicate with other classrooms across the federation, across the region, and, as the minister said, even internationally. And so instead of always having to meet in person, essentially what that means is being able to have something like a teleconference or a video meeting, or whatever the terminology that they will use, but calling it smart classrooms, where they're able to link with other classrooms across the federation, the region, and even internationally. But that was the update provided by the Education Minister with regards to what is happening in the Ministry of Education. On Wednesday, the Attorney General, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, moved the Judge Alone Trials Bill, and this was passed, set to modernize the criminal justice system. So the National Assembly passed the Judge Alone Trials Bill, which marks a step towards enhancing efficiency and the equity of the criminal justice system. Now, the bill, as I mentioned, was moved by the Attorney General, Garth Wilkin, and it received support from the members of Parliament during the debate. Wilkin, in leading the debate, highlighted that the bill aims to introduce judge-alone trials in the High Court for appropriate criminal matters. And the bill seeks to alleviate the backlog of criminal cases and expedite justice delivery by allowing certain High Court matters to be tried before a judge alone instead of before a judge and jury. This would apply to specific offenses listed under various acts, such as the Firearms Act, the Anti-Corruption Act, Drugs Prevention Act, and others. Wilkin emphasized the necessity of such reforms. He said, quote, "What this bill intends to do is to enhance the efficiency of our criminal justice system by allowing certain criminal trials to proceed without a jury. We can significantly reduce case backlogs and expedite the delivery of justice. This is particularly important in cases involving complex legal issues where a judge's specialized knowledge can lead to a more informed and accurate decisions." He noted that judge-alone trials are already a common practice in the magistrates' court, which handles serious criminal matters without the involvement of juries. So we're already having judge-alone trials. The bill will extend this practice to the High Court, impacting approximately 30% of criminal trials. He said, quote, "In other words, approximately 30% of trials could be concluded quicker with no loss of fairness or justice." Wilkins stated, while also assuring that the majority of cases will be heard or will still be tried by a jury. The bill also reflects global trends, with many Commonwealth countries having successfully implemented similar legislation. The concept of judge-alone trials is not new. Many Commonwealth jurisdictions, including our neighbor Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Belize, Turks and Caicos, the Cayman Islands, New Zealand, and Australia, have successfully implemented such legislation. These countries have recognized the need for a more streamlined judicial process particularly in cases where jury tampering or the safety of jurors is a concern. One of the key benefits of the Judge Alone Trials Bill is the protection it affords to jurors in high-risk cases. We've heard of many instances where people do not want to be jurors on certain cases, and that would affect the delivery of justice because now there's a huge case backlog. This case, in some cases, has been placed on the back burner because they are unable to find jurors. Most times when people are asked to be jurors, they hesitate or they try to find a reason as to why, especially if they know what the case is going to be about, which is the case. But when they know what the case is going to be about and it is deemed high risk, then the people are not very open to being a juror. And because of that, the case is put on the back burner, and sometimes people have to wait years. So sometimes we hear that a man has been charged for X, Y, and Z, and years later is when the case come up. In some cases, it is because of that issue of finding jurors to serve on these cases. And so the option is to have judge alone trials to expedite this. So one of the key benefits, is the protection it affords to jurors in high-risk cases and the expedited decision-making process in cases with complex legal issues. The bill ensures that justice is delivered fairly and swiftly, with judges utilizing their extensive experience to adjudicate cases impartially. Importantly, the bill does not seek to eliminate jury trials. It does not seek to eliminate jury trials, but it provides an alternative for specific cases where a judge alone trials is deemed more appropriate. So if there's a matter that comes before the court and it is deemed to be more appropriate to have a judge alone trial, then that is going to be the case. This bill is not saying that they're going to done away with trials that involve jurors. That is not what the bill is saying. This reform is in line with the Needham's Point Declaration on Criminal Justice Reform, and it advocates for judge-alone trials in select circumstances to reduce case backlogs and expedite justice delivery. The bill represents a step forward in our ongoing efforts to innovate and reform our criminal justice system. One of the many complaints has been cases take too long to be heard, and it will ensure both efficient and equitable. The AG said, and I quote, "As a small island nation, we must be at the forefront of adopting practices that not only enhance our judicial processes, but also align with our vision of a sustainable island state." This bill further outlines provisions for specific offenses that would qualify for judge-alone trials and ensures fairness through mandatory case management conferences, detailed written reasons for judgments, and so judges have to explain their reason for handing down this judgment, and it must be detailed. And appeal process. The bill is a forward-thinking piece of legislation that seeks to modernize the criminal justice system, promote fairness, and optimize the allocation of judicial resources. It is 20 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation and hear from you, our listeners. Stay tuned.
Hey, guess what? It's Radio Market.
Call in and sell your merchandise. You can negotiate, give away and trade. Tune in from 10 in the morning until.
We on radio, internet, and TV.
Like us, share us, and subscribe to
ZIZonline.com.
And remember, we don't sell nothing over $5,000, eh?
Call out.
ZIZ Radio, giving back to the people.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Be love with every heartbeat and every piece of Pandora jewelry. Let love shine on your favorite bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and rings. Or create a style that's all your own with a unique mix of lovingly crafted charms. From big feelings to small messages and everything in between. Love is at the heart of it all. Be love, only at Pandora Jewelry.
Available at IC Jewelers Port Zante. Call 466-5853 for details.
Welcome back to The Edge and ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. We have callers, so we'll take our first call for this morning. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well, and you?
Yes, all right. You know, black is beautiful.
It is, yes.
But the sun too hot for that right now. I hope the bills don't chop people. No, independence for everybody, yes. But they were saying that it wasn't done away. You understand? They did not bring it, they did not want it, and now they're claiming it. I see you all over, but I'm glad for you. I'll be back.
Did you go to the marches, the parade yesterday?
I'll stay home, watch it on TV.
Oh, why you didn't go?
Foot them hurt me, I'm sick with my foot.
Oh, sorry to hear.
It ain't not 100%, but once I could watch it, I don't have to waste time go up there.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah, later.
Okay. You're listening to The Edge and ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me in the program for today. If you're just tuning in, I made mention of the Judge Alone Trials Bill 2024, which was passed or approved by the National Assembly, and it seeks to modernize the criminal justice system. If you need more information about this bill, you are encouraged to visit sknis.gov. That's sknis.gov.kn. Visit that website and you'll get more details about it. Just type in Judge Alone Trials Bill so that you can get a better understanding of what it means and how does it impact the criminal justice system. The phone lines remain open and we take your calls. 465-2555. So we'll take this one. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. About the judge-only trials. I think, speaking from an ideological point of view, we should not revert back to an era when essentially ordinary people, poor people, were subjected to the whims and fancies of elite people or privileged people. Okay? in our system, judges can be considered elite and privileged. And we've grown accustomed to trial by jury, a group of your peers essentially dishing out justice. And I don't think it's a good idea to go too much backwards. I understand why this is being done, and we should always look for ways of streamlining things, streamlining justice, having people incarcerated for any length of time or inordinate length of time without trial is itself an injustice, especially if they're not guilty. But there are steps we can take between just having a judge-only trial and that unwieldy jury system. And someone proposed a panel instead.
A panel of judges?
Not of judges, including a judge. A judge, I think it was a prosecutor, a religious leader, the defense lawyer, and I would add somebody who would qualify as a juror, somebody in the peer of the accused who would qualify as a juror.
And this panel would try the case?
And this panel would try the case and come up with whatever punishment need to be meted out.
But how would... I can't imagine a judgment coming down. I think that would be equivalent to having a case with jurors, and I'll say why. You have a panel with a judge and a defense lawyer.
Right.
So the judge and the defense lawyer, and let's say the religious leader, is on the same panel, and you're saying that these are the people who would hand down whatever decision or judgment for this case?
Yes. Because
I don't think that would be...
Well, let me explain why that would be more efficient.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
For one thing, when you go, even the jury selection process is unwieldy. And when you take so many people, I mean, how many people normally in a jury in those kinds of cases?
12?
Well, it's a good number. When you take so many people off their jobs, away from their families, and that kind of thing, there's a cost to that. There's apart from the cost, you essentially suffer consequences of being away from your family and so on. Okay, and so just having one is in itself straight off a saving. Okay, and also what prolongs cases is this back and forth between witnesses and evidence and the lawyers, defense and the prosecutor. If the technical people are put in a room there, okay, that look at the evidence, all right, they've been trained already. I'm talking now about the defense lawyer, the judge, and the prosecutor. At least those three have been trained, okay, know the law, and it should be easier to thrash out there rather than in an open court. Where the religious leader comes in is to act as a kind of moderator, whereby, sure, we know the law is there.
But that religious leader, though, should have some sort of legal experience or understanding.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Because remember, a lot of practically all of our laws are based on moral kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so the religious leader is is eminently qualified, I would think, to make pronouncements based on that. Because we all know, too, that they can have unjust laws, I mean, we've seen that so many times, right? Slavery was part of the law at one time. So I think that's where that comes in. And where the juror comes in is that at least you don't abandon the jury system altogether. Okay, you present, again, a kind of moderating influence there. You don't have to be trained in it either. Okay, just a moderating influence, just a common sense approach to what went on and what sentence you think is deserved, those kinds of things. So I'm saying that would reduce the time taken, because remember, the judge, as it is now in the law that is proposed, the judge will still have to essentially go through the case, go through the evidence, and come up with a reason why he made a judgment. Well, I'm saying that this panel is essentially a kind of moderator, right? Because right in the system before, basically the jurors are the ones who decided on the evidence whether the person was guilty or not, and then the judge would provide guidance and make pronouncements on the fate, right? What punishment they get. In a sense, what this panel do is kind of moderate the judge's decisions. They still have to go through the cases and so on, just like how the prosecutor would bring
the idea from what I've read here, right, for introducing the judge alone trials is to expedite the process in terms of the delivery of justice. With what you're suggesting, where you have, let's say we're to go with the judge, defense lawyer, a religious leader, and the juror, I really can't foresee how would that expedite the process, because I can't see those individuals agreeing to a judgment.
To appear, and they have to be cross-examined and by the prosecutor and the defense. All those contribute to the length.
Right, but in terms of actually coming to a decision, I think that's the issue.
Say again?
Yeah, to see them actually coming to a decision, that's why I can't really see.
You don't think that a panel comprised of that could come to a decision?
Not in quick time. I think it'll take the same time as having a case with a jury.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You
I think it will be equivalent to having a case with a jury.
You don't think that those panel comprised of that would be more reasonable than having 12 jurors in a room, each of them trying to decide whether somebody is guilty or not?
It might be more reasonable, but will it fix the issue of ensuring that justice is delivered in a not a delayed time, if you understand where we're coming from? I think we can just probably make it more complicated, for lack of a better word.
You think it will be more complicated?
Yeah, and lengthier.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think cutting out all these formalities in the court with looking at the evidence and so on, if that's done out of court, and the panel is presented with this evidence, and I believe they can come to some element of agreement on whether somebody was guilty or not. And because remember, and you could attach weight to them too. You can say that the judge has more weight than some of the others, etc., etc.
Okay.
Because now in the current system, the judge is the one who really have a lot of the say. Anyhow, you can still have that, but all we're trying to do is speed up things, and I think this would definitely speed up things while preserving that element of fairness and so on, and don't have people, one man, and because that's the other thing, a judge is also a man. They don't like to have one man making a pronouncement on somebody's guilt or innocence. That's fraught with problems.
All right.
Yeah, okay then.
All right, let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
I'm back. Could you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes. They were saying that nothing was doing. So try to go and do something. Instead, every day and in the house, bringing down Timothy and his brother, they're born here, not because they did not give no school, no fan. The government money of Dubai and the West Bank, they do a lot. Go look for that. They know which party be. Not them alone. Have a good weekend and GQ to you too.
All right. You're listening to the Edge and ZIZ Radio. We have many more callers on the line. Yeah. But back to the jury thing. And the other point that you made that I forgot to think is with the jury, I don't even think that's an excuse in terms of being away from family. Because I was a juror once. And when you're on a case, it is the same amount of time that you would spend at work. You go in for 9 and you come out by 5. The latest. In most cases. So I don't think that's a legitimate excuse to use as to why people cannot be jurors. It's the same amount of time, whether it's at work or whatever else you have to do in the day. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. We'll continue the conversation here on The Edge. Stay tuned.
Hey, guess what? It's Radio Market.
Call in and sell your merchandise. You can negotiate, give and trade. Tune in from 10 in the morning until.
We on radio, internet, and TV.
Like us, share us, and subscribe to
ZIZonline.com.
And remember, we don't sell nothing over $5,000, eh?
Call
ZIZ Radio, giving back to the people.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Be love with every heartbeat and every piece of Pandora jewelry. Let love shine on your favorite bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and rings. Or create a style that's all your own with a unique mix of lovingly crafted charms. From big feelings to small messages and everything in between. Love is at the heart of it all. Be love, only at Pandora Jewelry.
Available at IC Jewelers Port Zante. Call 466-5853 for details.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. The phone lines remain open. Call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. We're talking about the Judge Alone Trials Bill, which was passed in the National Assembly on Wednesday, September 18th. And what this bill does is, for certain matters, it eliminates jurors. So you have a judge-alone trial, and it helps to expedite the process. The phone lines remain open. We'll take this call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. This is Michael Bridgewater from Big Banana Safari Tours. I was off island for some time. You're talking about the judge thing, but I want to get something in because last week, sometime I was trying to get in, or sometime this week, I had a sign here on Kim Collins Highway. We had a picture of Kim Collins and, displaying his picture and his achievement. But at the same time, after the hurricane, it was blown out of the frame that I had it in, the plexiglass. Mm-hmm. And I'm asking the general public, right? If anyone have it, please to, return it to me. Cause I asked the guys that to sweep and cut the lawn around there, and they said no. So anybody in the general public domain have it? Cause from where I see it break out from, it's just like, because it's plexi, it just break off from the ends where the screws them was, the wind blow it out. So I'm asking the general public, I need to replace it. Mm-hmm. And I just don't want to replace a new one and I could find the one that was there before. Mm-hmm. Because all I do, I know I could do something to it and get it back in the area that I had it, right? It's just for us to, honor the guy in a special way. So please, you can call me at 663-5115. Anybody see it anywhere, I'm likely to go and ask the person to give it back to me peacefully because, it's something that's not just supposed to be stuck in one area of your yard or you're using it for something else. It really means a whole lot to me and other person that recognize the individual, okay? Mm-hmm. So some weeks, the other said I wanted to actually get to you, but I wasn't getting in. So thanks to get in and enjoy your program.
All right. And thank you so much for calling and sharing that with the general public. It's 11:43 and you're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius and thank you for joining me on the program. Talking about the judge alone trials bill and having a conversation with the general public. Let's step back to the phone lines and we'll take a call. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Cornelius.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I saw you yesterday during the ceremony in the parade there. You were brilliant.
Thank you very much.
I want to make a comment. I'm calling from the States. I think that law should be put as a referendum. The people should be allowed to vote whether they want that or not, because I don't think that's constitutional.
Caller, this is already something that is in place.
You cannot change the rules where judge only trial and the defendant don't want it. It should be a constitutional question where the people will choose if that's illegal. I don't think arbitrarily a few senators and representatives should say that's the law of the land.
But we already have... Caller? Hello?
Go ahead.
We already have judge-alone trials in the magistrate court. Has been going on for many years.
Yeah, but those was for many crime. But things like big crime like rape and murder and stuff like that, it can be judge alone and not jury trial.
It depends on what the case is. It is not a case where they will be judge alone forever and ever. Amen. For every single case.
Oh,
so
it
depends on what the case is.
I continue to enjoy the show, and you've been wonderful yesterday. And I look at you reporting, and I say this guy is good.
All right, thank you.
All right,
thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:44, and you're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. So it's not. This bill does not eliminate the jurors altogether. It is for specific matters. So as long as it is deemed appropriate that it should be a judge-alone trial, then that is going to be the case. But it is not going to be the case where we will no longer have jurors on the cases. That is what the bill is explaining, and that is what was explained in the National Assembly on Wednesday. So that is important for us to understand. Again, this bill does not seek to, in any way, shape, or form, completely eliminate jurors from the judicial system. So there's no need for it to become a referendum or put it to a vote, or whatever. We are already having judge-alone trials, for example, in the magistrate court. What this bill seeks to do is extend it to the High Court for certain matters. Like those high-risk cases, people are very hesitant to step forward. And then even with some of these cases, you have employers and other people who do not make it very easy for people to be jurors. And so you might be looking at it on the surface that, well, I won't be able to work today, or I won't be able to do this today. But cases are being backlogged. The delivery of justice is being delayed because of that. And so for certain cases that the court believes need to be prioritized, then they're going to consider having a judge alone trial. And it's not just a case where one man decides your fate, but to ensure that there are checks and balances and to ensure that it was a fair process, certain measures are going to be implemented, such as that judge having to give a detailed written reason or reasons as to why that particular judgment or decision was handed down. So I do not see this bill trying to stamp on anybody's right or freedom or anything of that matter. It is just seeking to ensure that the backlog of cases is eliminated and cases can be heard in quick time. It is not like you're trying to rush the judicial process, but you want to ensure that people get to hear their cases in quick time, while at the same time enjoying impartiality and fairness. It's 11:48, and we head back to the phone lines to take your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. You are listening to The Edge. Have a caller? You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Thank you so much for joining me. Just about 10 minutes left before we wrap up the conversation. Have a call on the line? Okay, let's take a break and we'll come back.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Health-wise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Welcome back, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today, Friday, September 20th, 2024. I think it is safe to say that September is over. So just like that, the month of September has gone by really fast. And just before you know it, we will be saying Happy New Year. 2025 is literally around the corner. So if you have been procrastinating or wasting time on an important project or something that you've been trying to achieve, man, get up off you and stop waste time and get up, do what you have to do. Time waits on no man. Time is of the essence. And so stop waste time and do what you have to do. Go out and achieve your goals and work hard for what you want to achieve. We're talking about the judge alone trials and what does it mean, how does it work, and it was passed on Wednesday in the National Assembly, and it allows for the backlog of cases to be eliminated. Now, the judge alone trials is not new to St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, it's not new to St. Kitts and Nevis, and it is not new to countries in the Commonwealth. It is not new to countries in the Caribbean. Our neighbor, Antigua and Barbuda, right next door, have the same system. Or this, I don't want to use the word system. Have the same bills. Australia, they too have the same thing. And it is not a case where they're trying to not ensure that people don't get access to justice that is fair and right. And so all that the case, or the bill rather, seeks to do is to allow cases to be expedited and to ensure that justice is delivered in good time. Again, we have heard of many cases where something happens, a man is charged for something or whatever, and that case is put on the back burner or put in the filing cabinet because, one, you can't find jurors because, 1A, people are afraid to be a juror on a particular matter because of the nature of it. It might be a high risk or a case that is deemed high risk, and so people are very hesitant to be jurors. Employers are not very cooperative, especially those people who are like construction workers or hotel workers or people who are doing a little, cleaning job on the side, mostly in the private sector, not very cooperative. And because of that, there's a backlog of cases and matters are not heard when they're supposed to be heard because now the court has to go back to the drawing board to try to find new jurors. And that is a real issue. And so to ensure that cases are heard and people can have access to justice, they have introduced the Judge Alone Trials Bill, again, which is not new, but it is something that happens here in the Caribbean region. Again, I mentioned Antigua and Barbuda, which is right next door. They too have been having judge alone trials. Of course, there's a concern of one man, one person deciding your fate, and should that be the case, there will be measures put in place to ensure. Some jurors would also say that, some defendants or people would say that, some jurors may not understand the seriousness or understand the case, and so they fear that they might not get a fair trial. And these are issues that have been brought up over the years for quite some time. But the aim is really to ensure that you get access to justice and you have your lawyer to defend you and you have a chance to say, that is not the case. You have a chance to defend yourself, to defend your name. So let us not misconstrue or to mislead in this situation here, the Parliament is not seeking to eliminate jurors from the judicial system. That is not what the Parliament is seeking to do. Because I say Parliament because according to SKNIS, the parliamentarians supported this bill. So the Parliament is not seeking to eliminate jurors from the judicial system. It's just that for certain matters in the High Court, judge only, as is the case. I'm pretty sure there are some of you who are listening who have been to the magistrate court and there's no jury. There's no jury. And it's basically the same thing, but there has to be a piece of legislation to support that in the High Court. And that is all it is seeking to do. It is 11:57. You've been listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I've been your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining me in the program for today. I trust that you had a productive week. Even with the holidays, some of you got the opportunity to rest or spend time with family members or work on something that you have been procrastinating on. But all in all, have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Bus drivers, please take your time on the road. Some of you drive excessively fast for absolutely no reason. And while speeding, you have your phone in your hand. Put down the phone. Put down your phone. You could save a life. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. We have coming up at noon our midday newscast. Goodbye.